Hi, I'm here today with former Joint Commission Surveyor and Facility Director Lance Wolf. Thanks for joining us, Lance.
Glad to be here.
Lance has spent over 17 years in the healthcare industry. He has received numerous awards and accolades over the span of that career. His expertise ranges from regulatory compliance, engineering, emergency preparedness, safety and security, biomed, hazmat, and all within acute care hospitals. He also has experience in pandemic situations like H1N1, SARS, Zika, Ebola, and now COVID 19. And prior to this industry experience, Lance was a police officer for 7 years, where he focused on emergency preparedness. While at the police department, he specialized and received FEMA training in emergency response, including active shooter and bioterrorism training. Wow, Lance, that's an impressive resume.
Well, thank you very much.
Lance's new role is with Celerin, a leading technology provider of a cloud based platform for automated compliance management specializing in healthcare. Lance's job is to work directly with hospitals and assisting them with any facility compliance concerns. Additionally, he will assist facilities in preparing for upcoming Joint Commission surveys by identifying possible findings and using mitigation strategies through a mock survey. So, again, welcome, Lance.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Hopefully, we can answer some of the questions that the facilities management folks have out there with the recent pandemic and with their upcoming surveys.
What current deficiencies are you seeing in hospitals, and how do we help mitigate that?
Some of the most common findings that I found within hospitals are what I refer to as low hanging fruit, which is a common term within the facilities areas. And part of that was due to the aspects that facilities directors, like I mentioned in the last question, they're just spread so thin. They just don't have the ability to focus on one area. So you would have these smaller observations that would show during a survey because the directors, whether it was their security staff, safety, engineering that were taking care of life safety components, weren't able to focus from top to bottom in this one area. And so I was finding things that were, for example, firewall penetrations, fire doors that didn't positively latch, block fire extinguishers, cleanliness issues, eye wash stations that weren't checked weekly. Those are all things that I would find pretty consistently, but it was due to that it was just an oversight on the department. It wasn't that they just refused to do it. It's just they were just being stretched thin. But those are all things that could be easily fixed for your survey. So some of the mitigation strategies that I think would help is start focusing more on digital automation to help you with it, especially during your surveys or your rounds when you're doing your rounding up on your floors. Have that digital automation work towards your advantage, and a lot of times that I would see is hospitals would be still using paperwork. They fill out the paperwork, they go back, they put it into a book, they'd use an email process to say, these are the observations, please let me know when they're fixed. A lot of times those wouldn't even be responded to, or you get the blanket email back saying everything was fixed. And so the digital automation process allows you to even drill down a little bit more and start focusing on specific items that were found to where they have to respond back to each specific item, identifying that that item was fixed. And and so with departments right now, facilities departments, they already have somewhat of digital automation processes in place with their PM programs, but some of them there are limited in, and I think you're going to see digital automation just becoming more and more and more of a focus within these departments because they're required to do more with less, and that is the only way that I foresee mitigation strategies starting to be beneficial within a facilities department or a safety department or a security department. Another thing that I'm seeing starting to trend upwards is the mock surveys. And mock surveys, I think, are really beneficial because they're helping the facility by coming in. It's a non-punitive manner. They're able to come in with an extra set of eyes. They give you a report. It's somewhat related to your accreditation report, but it allows you to start identifying those areas where you're having, a shortfall for whatever reason, and it allows you to identify it quickly and to be able to respond to it immediately, so you can hopefully get that fixed before your accreditation survey comes through and identifies that low-hanging fruit.
And for you, as a former Joint Commission surveyor, what's your ability to mock survey a DNV or other compliance organization's hospital?
All the hospitals are held towards the same standard in regards to CMS regulations. So that's the same across the board in regards to whatever accredited agency you have. They're also governed by NFPA, ANSI, and additional regulatory standards as well, which aren't adapted any differently by any different accredited organization. So one nice thing about my past experience is the organization that I came from was known to focus on and add in many more standards that were up and above the CMS requirements. And that's where I think it would be a benefit to different organizations to where if I'm there at a organization that has a different accrediting agency, if they have any questions that are in relation to where I came from in my past experience, I have the ability to help them with that, and also help them with mitigation strategies during the mock survey process. So what is nice is being able to adapt fairly easily to different organizations' accredited processes, because the focus is basically the same in regards to life safety.
It seems that hospitals and their departments use multiple tools to keep up with the data, especially for these surveys. So, what are your thoughts, or what are the benefits of the total solution being just one product, standardized?
Yeah, currently hospitals use multiple programs to help them with regulatory compliance or PM compliance, and having the benefit to be able to standardize to one system that can do everything would be a great benefit to hospitals. It'd save in labor costs. It would also save in the aspects of training in regards to staff. It would make staff more efficient since they're working with one program. And then also what is nice about it is you're able to auto-populate between those programs that you use in one platform. And having that ability to auto-populate is definitely a benefit to the organization and to the facilities director or the department that's utilizing it. Because in a case of auto-population, if you have any changes with regulatory standards, is you're able to change it in one area and it populates throughout the entire program. So right now, a lot of hospitals don't have that ability. So being able to standardize would definitely be a benefit to them in the future.
And how important is a cross department platform inside of a hospital for data purposes?
Yeah, engineering departments today are being subjected to increasing demands due to corporate reductions within the workforce. This is in addition to increase in local, state, and federal regulations. So as a result, with these increases, it's vital that a cross-departmental platform is being utilized to assist departments in meeting their testing and maintenance schedules. This not only automates the process to help ensure compliance, but it also assists in providing real-time data to the departmental leaders, which helps them identify inefficiencies that ultimately cost the hospital over a period of time. And it also helps make sure that their staff is running in a manner that's the most efficient as possible, since once again the common theme is you're trying to do more with less.
Also, to maintain an amazing staff, what could you do to reassure them of a new software tool that was being implemented?
Well, an effective way to introduce a new software tool is have the staff directly involved in the decision-making process. And then that way there, you already have a buy-in on the software platform prior to implementing the product. Uh, and make sure you identify the positives that the program possesses and use real-life examples on how the new program is going to help make them more effective and efficient. For example, show how the program directly relates to their job duties and how the program is configured in a manner that reduces time for them when they're closing out their daily work orders that they were assigned to throughout the day.
And is the software going to take away jobs, or would it help them better maintain their current roles?
Well, due to reduced Medicare rates within hospitals, organizations today are forced to constantly evaluate areas of opportunity to help reduce their costs. And as a result, all their supplies, equipment, non-clinical staff are constantly being evaluated, resulting in changes in either supply utilization or staff reductions. And this occurs because they're constantly looking for cost-saving measures. So current trends within the organizations require hospital leadership to oversee multiple departments and and staff duties are increased to provide more output with fewer resources. A common statement from hospital leadership that I would hear is that they're not able to focus on their daily duties because they're constantly putting out fires. This is one thing that I think MediTrack can definitely help them reduce the amount of non-productive time is by assisting leadership and staff in streamlining these processes. And not only within their organization or within a corporate organization. This ultimately allows their staff to work more effectively, since the program is designed to reduce the amount of time hospital directors spend focusing on their building management program and allows them more time to focus on their daily job duties. So this will not only increase the daily output, but it also will not serve as a replacement for staff, since the physical portions of the daily tasks still need to be completed. It just helps make staff become more efficient within their daily job duties.
So, what profit center do you see a Soleran platform helping?
Yeah, I definitely foresee this platform will help all profit centers within the organization to a certain point. It's going to assist the organization by creating more of a structured, methodical approach to life safety. And right now, lack of life safety compliance is the most common finding during the survey process. But if I was going to specifically choose one profit center that the platform will definitely help on a daily basis, that would be your engineering department within the organization. The platform is going to assist them by reducing the costs and allowing the organization the ability to approach their daily duties in that methodical, efficient manner that's needed.
Thank you again, Lance, for your time today. And if you'd like to hear more from Lance and his wealth of knowledge in this space, please be sure to visit Soleran.com. Lance has a blog specifically for facility healthcare compliance called Closing the Loop. You can follow it at Soleran.com. We look forward to following your blog and learning how hospitals can make their accreditation surveys so much easier. Thank you again, Lance.